Quran Unfolded.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. حاميم تنزيل من الرحمن الرحيم. كتاب فصلت آياته قرآنا عربيا لقوم يعلمون.
Dr. Halabash, we started the program and talking about unity. In fact, the verses that we read was all talking about unity and be divided among yourself. But we didn't go into depth more about it. Is there? I'd like you to talk a little bit about how can we, as Muslims, unite after what we talk about the different groups and sects and so forth. I mean, I think it is a commonality now that we should all be united on, and that's especially what's been happening in Palestine. If there's no other reason to be united, it would be on this issue that we should all unite and be together.
Yeah, in fact, unity between people in general, mankind, I mean, is always needed, regardless of whatever religion you have or belief you have. If all people are united to do something good, and this is what our religion as Muslim is urging us, as I was reciting, وَلْتَكُنْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ. Let be among you a group for calling for what is good, enjoining the right things, and forbidding the evil things. So if we agree on that, that one you can say is in all religions and something in the innate nature of human being. So everyone will accept that. So that should be a basis of cooperation. We denounce what's wrong and we agree and support what's right. Now, what is happening in Palestine is clearly a violation of what is right and going forward with what is wrong. So this is against any human nature. And we can see even in the world that many people are denouncing what's happening. Many people are against what's happening. Except the Zionists, they have their own agenda and they disregard anything else. And by the way, one of the things that they use in the Zionism is that the Jews in Palestine, they should not be subjected to any laws, neither national or international laws. Why? Because they are the chosen people of God, and only divine laws can apply to them. So our laws are not applicable to them. They are different. This is in that book. For us as Muslim, we should try to get that common thing in human being, in different religions, and stand together for what's right and against what is wrong. Unfortunately, we don't have objectives. We are just driven by hatred, a kind of hatred. We hate the others, so we don't want even the good from them. We don't want it. It's not the right thing. Even in the time of Prophet ﷺ, he was raised among a family of kuffar, his uncle.
Yes.
And he was supporting him until the last minute. His uncle was supporting him. After the death of his uncle, he went to different tribes to ask for help. And these tribes are kuffar. And they rejected him in some places, but they accepted him in other situations. Some tribes are accepted him. In general, the Prophet ﷺ even used in the battles, used some tribes to stand with him against other tribes. And these tribes are kuffar as well.
Kuffar as in non-Muslims, yeah.
Exactly. So he was using the help to achieve his objective. He has objectives and he's going forward. Anyone who can stand with him to achieve these objectives, he's welcome. Now we have different factions, different sects among Muslims, everyone claiming that he's Muslim, everyone claiming that he's right. But when it comes to the action, we find those who are saying that we are right are not doing the right thing. The thing that are accused to be on the wrong side, they're doing something more acceptable as right. They are helping the victim. Even then, they will say no, they are helping for some purpose in their mind.
Yes.
They have their own agenda. Regardless, somebody is in fire. The first thing to think about it, put off that fire.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we are not thinking the right way. We are thinking about philosophies. Our religion is right, the religion is wrong, we are going to hell, we are going to paradise. And we think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is just running after us to accept what we say or what they say. He put for us what's right. وَلْتَكُنْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ. Let among you people who are calling for what's right, what's good, enjoining good, forbidding evil. Now there is evil, clear to everyone there is evil happening in Palestine. Who is forbidding that? Who is standing against that evil? This is what we should consider.
Yes.
And accusing also the people who are subjected to that evil, that they are bad because they are cooperating with that sect. Even Sanwar, they're saying that we got rid of him. Some Muslim, some great Muslim countries, they're saying that we get rid of him. We finished from him, from Sanwar. Why? Because he is cooperating with Iran. He's getting help from them. Okay, so what can he do? I mean, where is the help coming from? And some of the Muslim countries, especially the neighbors, are just making a blockade on Gaza Strip. Whether they say it or they don't say it, but in reality they are making a blockade.
Yes.
And that blockade is continuing since many years because a party who belong to Muslim Brotherhood, they say, is in controlling Gaza. Because they are Muslim Brotherhood, we are against them. Now, Iran is Shia, and they are very bad. We don't want them. So how can you accuse?
Who's saying that? We're not saying that, right?
How can you compare? These are Shia, these are Sunnah. If we are classifying, but I don't believe in Shia and Sunnah myself. I believe that there's one message called Islam, and this Islam is not something innovated by us, even by Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. It wasn't innovated by him. It was started by our Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him.
No.
This is the first name, Islam, came with him. So this is our religion, and this is emphasized in the Quran. Millat Abikum Ibrahim, the religion of your Prophet Ibrahim. So causing fictions, whether you call it Sunnah as something good or call it Shia, for us is something bad, for them is something good. Shia means the supporters of the prophethood.
That's what Shia means, is it?
This is what Shia means.
Okay.
We say Sunnah, we are followers of the Sunnah of Prophet. They are supporting the prophethood family. So both, as a name, both are. However, yes, there are some practices in the Shia which we don't consent to, we don't accept.
Well, even so, isn't there some practice within Sunnah?
And the same for what's called Sunnah. Too far from real Sunnah.
Yes.
If we are talking about individuals, the Sunnah, you'll find the very pious person, you'll find the totally stray person. We have all the spectrum.
Yes.
Among Shia, there's all the spectrum. So we cannot just penalize everyone or accuse everyone of that sect, and we cannot accuse every part in the other sect. Yes, they have scholars that wrote something wrong. We have scholars who wrote something wrong. We don't accept these wrong scholars from our sect. We don't accept the scholars from their sect. At the end, whatever we say, whatever sect we describe ourselves, at the end, what is our actions? I mean, I can make a new sect as well. I am the most pious Sunnah follower of every step of Prophet Muhammad and make a big title of my sect, but do nothing of that. So what's the point?
Yes.
Now,
sorry.
Now in this case, what's happening in Gaza, just compare to somebody living in a house and a fire erupted in that house. You will not ask him what sect you have and do you agree with your sect or don't agree. Just as a human being, there is innate nature. We forget everything else, how to put off that fire.
Yes.
Now, where is that?
Yes. I mean, you mentioned something interesting there when you said that the Prophet ﷺ even, attained the help of non-Muslims in certain aspects when he was doing things. And division is something, it's not new. Having different views or ideas. I mean, this happened even, you can correct me if I'm wrong, the time of the Sahabas, Ali radiallahu anhu and Aisha, there was some friction, so to speak. But that was resolved in the end. I mean, like, I think as you rightly said, there's mistake that people make. We're not infallible.
Yes, I mean, as a human being, sometimes we make our own opinions and believe that this is the right opinion. And we pursue that. We follow what we think is right. During the time of Ali, anhu, he came after Uthman. Uthman was killed, was assassinated his home. And some of the tribes where Uthman came from, which is Muawiyah, you can say, Amawi. So they are asking for revenge or asking for the blood of their cousin, of their person, Uthman. This is their opinion. Ali's opinion is that we are in chaos now. There are people who are revolting against the governing body of the Muslims at that time. And we want to subside this riot and this chaos. Then after that, we do the right or impose the law. But at the beginning, we don't want to start hounding people and bringing them to justice. Let things settle down and we continue. So they look right opinions, but apparently they were not convinced with that. And wars happened between them, and thousands of Muslims were killed. And Muslims were cursing each other, like what people say now. So the cursing of each other is a long story. This is wrong, of course. We don't accept that. We shouldn't do that. We try to avoid it, but apparently it's not easy to avoid that. People always follow their own ideologies or own opinions. But regardless, if we have a problem happening bigger than the differences between us, I mean, these differences between Shia and Sunnah goes back to 1400 years ago. We have something happening now. Do we need to go back to 1400, start thinking about what happened 14,000 years ago, or just try to handle the current situation? Unfortunately, some people find it as an excuse rather than putting the effort to solve the current problem. They escape from the problem and start thinking about the problem that cannot be solved because this happened 1400 years ago.
Yes.
So just I mean, this is not the attitude of normal people. I mean, I
Yes.
don't want to say Muslim, but even human being is not the attitude.
Yes. I mean, like we talked about Yahya Sinwar. Allah have mercy on him, but we didn't touch on another person, which is Nasrullah, because from Hezbollah, again, many people find it controversial to actually see him many people actually celebrated his death because of what had happened in Syria before and so forth. But as you said, I think from what you're saying is that we should judge according to the current moment. People made mistakes and Muslims fought each other in the past, and they will probably continue to fight each other. But it's the situation, what does this situation now requires for Muslims to do? I think that's what you were saying. Like if there's someone in a fire, you don't ask him what sect he is or what belief is, you're Muslim or Christian, whatever, he's in the fire. The first thing is to try and extinguish that fire, as you're saying.
And this is in fact the divine law from the beginning of religion. من قتل نفسا بغير نفس أو فساد في الأرض فكأنما قتل الناس جميعا. Who kills or slays a soul without without justice, or as a result of corruption in the land, then as if he killed all people. So this magnified sin, as if killing all the people, which means that all people should stand against that person who kills for no reason. Because he's as if he killed all people, then all people should, everyone should say, oh, I will be killed because of this person. I should be against him. And وَمَنْ أَحْيَاهَا فَكَأَنَّمَا أَحْيَا النَّاسَ جَمِيعًا. And who gives life or takes care of the life in this life in here, as if he gives life to all people.
Yes.
So all people should stand and respect that person who is giving life to them. Now, regardless of, you mentioned Hassan Nasrallah, he said that we are supporting the people in Gaza.
Yes.
We are not putting all our effort. We are not a supreme power. We are trying to at least distract the Israelis or take part of their force towards us, rather than putting all the force against the Gazan people. So we should be thankful to that.
Yes.
Who is Hassan Nasrallah? I don't know. He's Muslim or not. He say that I'm Muslim.
Yes.
So what? How can we judge him if they say he's not Muslim? He killed, or they accuse him that he was supporting against the Syrian people. But even the Syrian people, they were fighting each other. I mean, we can't say that only the president was against the Syrian people. I mean, some people with the president, some people were against him.
Yes.
So the fight was between these two people, two teams, I can say. And Hassan Nasrallah came, or his group, he came with the current president of Syria. Anyway, there was a war and the people were killed. So are we going to live with this forever? Now the same person is trying to help the people in Gaza. We tell him, no, go away, we don't want your help. If later he resented what he did in Syria, maybe he returns back a good person. If he didn't, maybe we do something else with him later. But at this moment, we need every effort to at least make the situation better for the people of the victims of Gaza. His death, is he something we should be happy with it? I mean, a death of a person doesn't mean that he is the one who making an ideology of Shia. He's not the founder of Shia.
Yes.
He's just one person of the Shia. I myself, I didn't hear him cursing the companions. I never heard him doing something or saying something wrong. Maybe somebody else heard him. So I cannot comment on something because somebody think that I should think this way. What I saw from him, that he was supporting the people in Gaza. Now, whether he is Shaheed or not Shaheed, it's not my job to classify people Shaheed or not Shaheed. But the Prophet ﷺ gave us examples of many types of people who are described as Shaheed. The one who dies in drowning, the one who dies in fire, the one who dies with pain in the stomach, all these, the one who dies under the river, all these are considered as Shaheed. Yes, the different types of Shaheed. There's Shaheed who is described with the prophets and the good people and so on. Those who are killed in the battlefield are called the Shaheed. However, the one who is killed in the battlefield, as we started with that hadith, that he would come and say, I was fighting for the sake of you, Allah. But Allah told him, no, you didn't do that for my sake. So even the Shaheed who dies in the battlefield for the sake, with the banner saying that this is for the sake of Allah, we cannot judge him and say that he is. The Prophet ﷺ said, who is the Shaheed? The Prophet ﷺ said, the one who is fighting that for a reason, that for a purpose or for an objective, that the word of Allah will be high. So this is the one who is really described as Shaheed. Who is doing that? We cannot judge. But what we see, we can judge what we see according to our knowledge. What is hidden in his heart, we don't know.
No one knows. Inshallah. Basically, we talked about the West and the support that the West is given to this great wrong that is happening. Anyway, I think that the West needs to wake up to the fact that they have ruined their own economy. And what I mean by that is that, a quarter of the world's population are Muslims. That is over 2 billion Muslims in the world. And apart from spending on their own genuine needs, they enjoyed such luxuries as going to the cinema, watching the odd horror movie. We're in Halloween right now, which we don't believe in Halloween, but people, even Muslims sometimes watch horror movies. But we over the last year we've been exposed to a live horror show happening in Gaza, unfortunately. Muslims would also enjoy, watching their favorite football team play. But again, how can they enjoy this when, they're watching their young brothers and sisters having their limbs amputated or blown off, Even Muslims also enjoy with their families going out for the occasional meal to local restaurants. But again, how can you enjoy your food when you are knowing that your brothers and sisters have been starved in Gaza and denied the basic necessities of life, such as food and water? I think the West needs to wake up. This is not a profitable war. Alhamdulillah, we've come to the end of our show. Jazakallah khairan for watching. And Jazakallah khairan to Dr. Al-Habash for being with us and sharing with us many knowledge. Inshallah, Jazakallah khairan. Again, Jazakallah khairan for watching, and thank you again. And don't forget to press the subscribe button until we see you next time, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
كتاب فصلت آياته قرآنا عربيا لقوم يعلمون